Hey, this will be a video chart on WAMUQ, Washington Mutual Incorporated. The last time I did this video, I pretty much stated that I wouldn't be back to do it until something occurred because we were just in this channel. I think the last day I did it was early November, right around one of these days. But since then, and more than recently today, the chart is broken out of the channel. Unfortunately, it was to the downside, but with that break to the downside, it's doing what it needs to do, and that is find support right here at this orange line, which is the 200-day simple moving average. If you're not familiar with charts, then the one thing that pretty much all chartists and traders use is both the 50-day simple moving average and the 200-day simple moving average. So they both have a lot of the effects of self-fulfilling prophecy, meaning that just because one's there, people expect there to be support, so therefore there is. And when you don't get support, that's where, kind of a red flag should pop up and thinking, oh man, what's going on? This isn't right. But the good news to report today for Washington Mutual was you can see that the past few days have been hovering around this, and that is key because it's been acting as support. And today now you actually got some separation from it, but more than the separation was, it actually happened on some nice volume that you haven't had in over a month. Looking back through these volume bars, you can clearly see that the last time volume even came close to this was back here in late October. So when you put this combination together of above average price action with some nice bullish or above average volume action with above average price action, that's one of those combinations that's always good to see. So I want to get it updated now and kind of go over what sort of continuation I'm hoping to see and what sorts of things you want to see in order for this chart to be able to build strength and, more importantly, start to attract new people because they look at the chart and say, hey, look, Washington Mutual is coming back to life again. So we'll just start off with support. Support very easily. It's simply still just this 200-day simple moving average. If the price drops back down, it needs to continue to hover around here like it has. If there is separation to the downside from this orange line here, that's just a big symbol of the bears gaining even more control and kind of, stepping on the bulls' throats even more so. So this is still the support, and this is still the key support. Anything else below this, it doesn't really matter because that's going to be a strong sign that the bulls have completely kind of lost hold of the chart if this line can't hold. The more important things to kind of look for now are resistance levels, because with each resistance level that is broken and closed above, that is one of those things where you can kind of put a notch in the belt of the bulls and saying, okay, we're gaining more strength and we're starting to get the chart to look more appealing, which will hopefully draw in more people. So if I zoom in a little bit more, you can see we had this gray line here. This was a 10-day simple moving average. And as you can see, it has been a long time since the price closed above that. I mean, look, if you start here and trace that gray line, you can see that it has been over 2 months since the price has been able to close above it. Now, breaking above it, that's different. The bulls have been able to push above it, but never close until today. They finally were able to close above it. So that's one step. Now, does that mean that the price is automatically going to skyrocket back up? No, that's not what I'm saying, but it is a good step in the right direction, and that's the point I'm trying to make there. So step one has been completed in terms of getting its act together and showing some strength, and that is just simply by getting a close above the 10-day simple moving average. Now, what else? What other sorts of levels do we want to see closes above? Well, we had this channel here that we had talked about, and you got quite a few highs to talk about, but the one that I'm watching pretty closely is simply going to be this level right here. Why am I choosing this? Well, we had a low here, and then it acted as resistance. Here we had a support, resistance, 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 and resistance again. So in a nutshell, what I'm trying to point out there is that this price level has a lot of history with this chart, and this level is at 0.138. So what I'm going to do is change that to red, and this is going to be a key level that the bulls need to get above. Now, if the bulls can get above there and start to put in a few consecutive days closes above there, that's really going to make this chart start to look good. I mean, picture that. If you get maybe a few sideways days and then get some closes up here above it, that's going to be a nice little miniature uptrend that you would have started. So that's key number one, and that's what you want to see. I'm not going to go any further than that because if we do get some closes above there, I'll be here to update the chart and we'll follow it step by step. But for right now, the key thing to take away is from a support standpoint, this orange line needs to hold. From a resistance standpoint, the next key thing that the chart needs to do is get some closes up above this red line. And after that, I will be back to get things updated so we can keep following along. But for the time being, a nice first step in what needs to happen in order to get this chart back on track. So we'll see what happens, and hopefully the chart will make some more progress the remainder of this week. If there are any other questions on the chart, please shoot me a message. I'd also encourage you to check out bullwarriorstocks.com. If you go there and subscribe to the free newsletter, you'll also be sent a free ebook which has been getting very good reviews. And with your subscription to the newsletter, you'll get chart setups, trade ideas, educational pieces, all sorts of things from big boards down to penny stocks. So there's a good variety, something for everybody, and best part is it's all free. We've been making some good money together, so it's definitely worth at least checking out and giving it a try. One more time, this was WAMUQ. Thanks for listening.